Hey guys, I'm excited to talk with a friend of mine today who is doing a BRRRR on a threeplex. So this is Scott.
What's up, guys?
Scott is a buddy of mine. We used to climb together. He is a teacher. Are you still a coach?
Yeah, still coaching.
Yeah, track coach, father of three.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So anyways, I want to talk to him about this deal, how he got it, what that looks like. So yeah, let's start with there. Like, how'd you find this deal?
This deal I actually found through you. It was perfect. We started listening to a podcast called Bigger Pockets for about a year and just educated ourselves. And we knew we needed something to move forward with retirement, and we just knew it was going to be a good financial move. Mm-hmm. And so when you kind of posted a thing that you acquired a bunch of like properties through a deal, you're like, hey, if anyone's interested, and it was like, I think what was the first response back? It was like, yes, I'm interested, tell me about it. And I think what made it possible is we had already started like, we knew the steps before, and it wasn't like, hey, I want that, now what do I gotta do? It was like, we had already had a HELOC in motion. We had already done some paperwork. We had already been pre-approved for a certain amount of property. So we had already like taken steps to be like, we want something, what's the next steps to go get it? Oh, get pre-approved, okay, we did that. That's not gonna work, let's see what a HELOC does. Okay, we have that ready. And so it was all these steps in place for that purchase, and it was like, hey, wheels are in motion versus like, I want it, but let me do some thinking about it. It was like, no, let's make it work.
You're already heading down that road.
Yeah, because we knew we wanted something. I mean, our first play initially was gonna be like a second home for our family, and then rent our current house out. And just house hack and look for something. That was our
So this is going to be a new primary. You're going to live in part of it, rent out part of it.
That was what we wanted.
Yeah.
And then this came on, and it worked out. So we used a HELOC. We pulled out equity from our personal house, and then as a down payment, we had to kick over some of our personal funds to finish the deal.
Yeah.
And then we've used just a line of credit to rehab it.
Yeah.
So we're 70 grand on the down and change, 78, and then we're going to land about 50 on the rehab for all three.
Yeah.
But the lion's share of that was like mini splits and stuff like that. Right. I mean, it just adds up. It's amazing. Like, what did I spend all this money on? And and we tried to do it. I did all the work. I didn't pay for any labor. So my father helped me out, but that was great too. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we found this deal. I had a friend of mine that brought me this deal off market. It was 3 properties. It was this triplex, which is a duplex and a single family home.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 7 units. And so I knew I wanted to probably flip the whole portfolio. I was thinking about maybe keeping some, maybe not, I wasn't sure. But when he reached out, I was like, dude, like, let's do this. And so like literally right when we closed on this portfolio, we started escrow like the next day with Scott on buying.
There was a waiting period because this took a while to close too, so we were kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
Like, there was a while I didn't think this was gonna happen. I'm like,
yeah,
man, it's not gonna close. Like, we better deploy capital somewhere else. Like,
yeah, because you also because I like
that overage house you bought too. I was like, dude, I kind of want like if this doesn't work out, I'm buying that.
Yeah. So it took a while to close. There's a bunch of like title issues, and we had to go through all that. There's liens, and then so the other crazy thing was the appraisals.
Yeah.
So we're selling the Scott for $350, right?
$350, well, $360 with some
cash
back.
Okay.
So we wanted
really $350.
$350.
Yeah.
We wanted it to appraise, and it came in at $345 or something.
Yeah, it was $5K below, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And we're just like, that made no sense.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, this isn't, if that's the case. It didn't make any sense because I knew there was value here and you knew there was value here. And it was a win-win situation. Like, you made a little money, and then I was able to get a property off market. And we did it without a realtor because we trusted each other just to kind of make it happen. And
but then we got a second appraisal. What did that come in at?
420.
That's amazing.
420.
That's a huge difference.
435. It was 60 grand over.
Yeah.
So
that's so cool.
Pretty cool.
I love that because it was such a win-win where it's like, like you said, like I walked away with some money.
Yep.
And then you got a really good deal.
Yep.
To where you're able to actually BRRRR this property.
Yeah, and I'm really glad we got a good deal because with interest rates climbing, we're still on the conservative realm. So our cash flow is not going to be what we thought it was going to be when we first started calculating this deal. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to cash flow after capital expenditures, after vacancy, we're going to cash flow $1,000 a month. Like, this is going to be amazing. It's like, it's not going to end up being that. I think it's going to be like 350. We're trying to lock in a rate today, but so yeah, from refining from like a 4.5, it's dead now. It's going to be like 6.9 or something.
Are you getting a conventional loan on this?
No, I think it's commercial with an arm.
Okay.
Because it was cheaper.
Like a 5.1 or something?
5.1.
Like interest only?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm asking the terms. We're in a conversation with that.
Well, I'm doing a 5.1 on a 16 unit right now, and it's interest only. And the play is like better cash flow.
Yeah, and then you're just kind of crossing your fingers that the interest rates are fine at the end.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, you sell it. Like, I mean,
you sell it, you have equity in it, or just refinance it.
Yeah, but all said and done, even with, I keep telling myself this. Okay, so you have to say, whatever, it is what it is. It's still a good play. Like, even if I broke even on this property, after the BRRRR, and this appraises, I think, for about 520, 550, somewhere in there, even if it only appraises for 500. Like, I still walk away with, after cash out, I leave maybe $20,000 in the deal, and I walk away
with 25% equity.
25% equity of that money in there. Like,
that's 6 figures of equity you built.
Of equity. Now I didn't work my tail off for it. I mean, I
sweat equity.
Sweat equity all the way. But name something else that you can go make $100,000 in 4 months. I can't do it.
So let's talk about that. You're a full-time teacher, dad, husband, coach. How did you find time to do this?
I would go to school. Well, we were trying to get Tenants out in time because I coached cross country in the fall and I coached track in the spring. And I'm like, okay, we got to have people out in Thanksgiving or before then I would have a week in Thanksgiving, I'd have 2 weeks of Christmas, and I could just turn and burn and get it all done. And it didn't work out. Things got delayed. There was just getting people out of difficult. So they didn't get out until February 16th, I think.
How long did that take?
We gave them like 60-day notice, and then they asked for an extension because they actually bought a home. So that worked out for them. Like, we forced them to, it was like, okay, now you own a home. That's good for you. And they were like family on both sides, so they did that. And then, so that just took a long time. From October all the way to February. It took a while. And there's probably other ways to get them out faster. Cash for keys might have worked, but then I think they would have just dug in. I don't know, they just got the sense. We worked with our property manager and we did what we thought was best. And in the end, it worked out because they left amicably, they left it in good condition, they cleaned it, and we had to come back and clean again, but it wasn't like they were pissed and holes in the wall. Like, your greatest fears, like, you close your eyes, you're like, I'm gonna have homeless people living in the thing, and people are not gonna want to leave, and they're gonna rip to shreds one after it just because they're mad that they're leaving. And so, thank God it didn't happen in any of those places. But
so when did you find time to work? It was
I would go to school, I'd coach track, and then I'd roll over here about 6 o'clock. 5:30, and then I would just grind until 9. And then some days I'd get a lot done, and some days I'd just go look around and nothing really worked. And I'd be like, dude, I'm going home. And then, or I just tell myself, like, just do one more thing. Just do one more thing. And then slowly, it just took a long time. Like fighting a war on 2 fronts with the duplex, and just going back and forth. There was always a tool that I needed to slow in place. It just took forever. And then it was Saturdays, Sundays, and that was it. And then the kids, my wife did a lot, the kids helped. My son learned a ton of skills. So it was awesome.
That's amazing.
And he's made money. We bought a mountain bike with all the cash we paid him per hour. We were even paying him a lot. We were paying him like $5 an hour. Hey, because he told you didn't ask me. I was like, we'll probably give him some more at the end, but because he's working his tail out, he's doing a good job. So
he gets royalties.
I think he's gonna
give him at least like some cash flow.
No, he's totally fine at it.
You want to hear it to this one day.
Maybe we could edit out the $5. It's pretty cheap. I wasn't sure what it was gonna be worth. Like, I'm not gonna pay you $10 an hour to not do anything. Right? So I'm like, show me you can work, dude. Like, show me you want the money.
Well, did he show?
There's certain things he's amazing at, and because he's 14, and certain things that didn't really work out, like
skilled stuff.
He's loading the truck right now. Awesome. Just chuck it in. He's good at that. We put a patio in next door.
Sure.
Awesome. He helped me out immensely with that.
That's amazing.
He's learning like intuitive skills, and so it's really cool.
Yeah.
My youngest is along for the ride. My middle daughter, she'll help from time to time, but she's kind of like, when are we gonna have her summer back?
Okay. So what has been some pain points for you in this process? Like, what have been challenges?
Just the challenges was just watching rates go up, and you're like, what could have been an absolute home run,
Yeah.
turns into like a base hit, which is fine. Like,
Yeah.
that's my first deal. Like, why would I expect more? Like, I'm fine with what it is. Like, I'm gonna keep putting one foot in front of the other and do it. That was one pain point. The other pain point was just like the waiting game of waiting for people to get out and the uncertainty of that whole aspect of things. But then you get comfortable with that. So that was it. And then just the time, like, as a teacher, I got used to, man, June 10th, like, let's go to the lake, let's go backpacking, let's go explore. And there's, we had to sit down with our family and our kids and tell them, like, hey, we are doing this for our future. You have to watch us work hard so we can do this now. And some things are going to get sacrificed, sadly. And we promise you we'll make it up on the back end. And so, that's tough. Like, I didn't do a backpacking trip in the spring with my kids like I normally do. And so it definitely comes with some sacrifices. But the caveat is they're watching mom and dad work hard at something that they actually witness. Like, they don't watch me go to work. Like, they kind of know what to do because I'm a teacher and they have teachers, but they don't know, right? But now they're watching mom and dad like work hard. They're working with mom and dad. They're watching us problem solve. They're watching the process of how things come together. I mean, that's an amazing education that they're not learning in school. Like, that's incredible. And then when it all works out and then they get it when they're older, and it's like, they're like, wow, this is totally worth it, mom and dad, thanks for an inheritance. I don't know however long we end up holding it for, but it kickstarts things like that, I feel like. So,
how's it been on your marriage?
It's been awesome. Luckily, my wife and I were on the same page from day one. So the nights were, it's not like she's like, gosh, I wish you were just home more and I had to fight that battle. She's like, no, I get it. Go do the work. 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 And the faster you get it done, the sooner we can be as a family and relax and go on vacation and do the things we like to do. So she was super supportive in that. And I've always said from the beginning, like, we did a couple ventures before this, just simply because I wanted to work with my wife. Just because we like working together. So, I mean, there's days where we're kind of like at each other's throats a little bit, where it's like, hey, just calm down, like, it's just this. And then luckily, but it's awesome to have that too, because the days where I'm kind of like, gosh, what are we doing? She's usually like, babe, it's gonna be fine. Like, I've got this measure. Remember these things. And the days where she's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, babe, it's gonna be fine. Like, it just, when I'm negative, she's positive. When I'm positive, she's negative. It just balances each other out, and it really worked out. So, that I scored on that front.
So where are you at with renting it out? When do you expect to finish?
So this unit we're in right now is supposed to be filled on 1st of this month, and then we're gonna, hopefully that gets scooped up pretty quick.
When will the house be done?
That house is gonna be done before July 4th. So July 4th.
Nice.
Latest the 6th. We're leaving. We have the 5th. We fly out to Connecticut on the 6th. So that's the other kind of like, we have to do it. So
when do you expect to refinance it?
So we should be locking in a rate in the next today or tomorrow, and then then we'll go from there. And then it's 30 days, and then I think once they have a lease, then they'll do it. It'll be done.
Maybe end of July. Beginning of August.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do after you do this? Are you gonna do another one? Are you interested?
We're gonna take a breather for a minute, and then I really want to figure out how to do this and not do all the work. So I got to figure out how to make connections, build a team, do something a little different, because this is not sustainable. Like, this is not why I didn't get into it to be a contractor. It's fun. I walk away every day like, gosh, this is fun. Like, I really do like it. For the most part, it's just the time aspect, and it'd be funner to see things go faster. The house has been fun because I can just all my energy, but God, I haven't lifted weights in 4 months. It's all my energy.
You're looking a lot of shape.
Dude, I lost. I'm like, I'm thin, man. I'm thin. My back's jacked up because but I like the time time to be able to do that, you know, to work out. And then, you know, just get your ass out of bed earlier. Tyler probably is the answer to that, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that.
That's cool, man. Well, it's inspiring to see like the hustle, the grind.
I think you got to do it on the first one. That's what we tell
ourselves. Oh, well, yeah, maybe the first,
it's
at least the first one.
First one, if not first, it's like you got to pay to play. Like, I mean, this is how, and you learn.
You know now. You know how to communicate better with contractors. Mm-hmm. You know what needs to get done, what should get done. Like, the experience is like priceless.
And just making changes. Like in here, my wife and my mom painted the cabinets. But before that, my wife probably spent days like sanding and patching and doing all this stuff. And it was like, it felt like 2 weeks worth of work just on cabinets to save what? $4,000? I mean, in hindsight, like we did in the house, rip it out, new cabinets. It's just, on the time front, it's so much better. Like, just little things like that, and process things. You go like, oh, we did this on the duplex, let's fix it over here. So that was awesome. I mean, as much as we didn't want to do a third property, you know, or a third unit, like in 5 months, but to be forced to do that and then have to, okay, well, we got to adjust. What did we do wrong the last time? Let's fix it right now. And then it was automatic like feedback, which is another reason why I think the house went way faster.
A lot of times you don't realize too, like the time, and we think someone's going to save us money, but actually costs us more. Like let's say just refinishing doors, you know, interior doors. You might be like, oh, let's paint them, you know, refinish them. You're like, actually sometimes the cost is the same or more than to actually replace them.
Yeah.
And you have a better product at the end. And
yeah.
So oftentimes we don't realize that. This is, like you said, finishing these cabinets. Like, it's not cheap.
No.
There's time, money goes into that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, also, if I wasn't able to get out, let's say we couldn't refi for 6 months, but let's say I was done in February. Let's say I put $15,000 more into the property, paid some people and moved faster, I would have locked in at 5%.
Yeah.
Versus 6.9
right.
or 7. And then, so it seems like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much money. It's like, what numbers do you want to focus on?
Yeah.
Is the refi numbers? Do you want to focus on how much money you put into the property? I mean, we, you know, it's our first one, so we didn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, like, man, if I moved fast enough,
you would never know the market.
You would never know, no, yeah. And you don't know the market.
And I think one thing with investing, similar to the stock market, that whole dollar cost averaging happens over the long term. Like if you're in the game for a long time, you're gonna have some interest rates that are better than others. And so your payments look different. Some properties cash flow better than others. And you start to adjust and make changes, refinance. You just have options. And so just being in it, having this option, I feel like opportunities come up and you got money that's working for you. You're not losing that money.
You have to choose to swim. That's the thing. You have to get in. You got to get in and make those choices to take action. And then if you don't take action, then nothing's ever going to happen.
So what's like one thing that you would advise to someone wanting to get started in investing? Like
my advice would be to just take action. Just small steps. Like just do one thing. And then that creates momentum. And then that momentum all of a sudden can't be stopped. So, I mean, it literally all started with one pre-approval. And then it was like, oh, well, that question's answered.
Yeah.
What's the next question I gotta get answered? What's the next thing I gotta get answered? And just, and all of a sudden you're in it. And it's funny, I'll probably look back on this and be like, oh yeah, that was a lot, but it wasn't that bad. Or I'll look back on it and be like, oh yeah, that wasn't that hard. Like, because your level of hard.
Capacity grows.
Yeah. Way.
Well, I feel like with you guys, you've taken a lot of steps. Like you both got your real estate license.
Yeah, we did that too.
You started other side hustles and businesses.
Yeah.
You've been looking, you own your own house, you've done remodels, you've worked with your hands. And so I feel like it's just been building up to this. And like, once you get to this level, now it's like, whoa, you just did 3 units. Like,
if you
did 3 units, you can do 50 units.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but I will pay someone.
I'll
find a way to pay someone.
Say that, like, right. It's like, you don't want to do the work, but what I'm saying is, like, your mindset is like, we can do more than we think.
Way more than we think.
And now you're like, hey, I want to work smarter because I value my time more than the money. So I got to find a better deal. I need to build a team.
And I want okay. So our next play will probably be a personal residence, hopefully with some sort of ADU. Either I build that out or house hack. But that to me seems like such an easy lift now.
Yeah.
Because I'm moving into it. I can take my time. It's not pressed. You're in a 30-year fix, whatever. It's not a BRRRR kind of like. I think BRRRRs aren't really stressful, but they were stressful in this market. Like that's sort of a difficult BRRRR.
It's a high-level strategy. It's not that easy. So you gotta know your stuff.
I'm just luckily we got a good buy because it gave us that cushion. If the margins were tighter, we would have sold. Yeah. Because we wouldn't have been able to make money on the cash flow probably. So.
Well, let's keep showing me the property. Yeah. Let's walk around this and let's do a single family house.
Yeah.
2 units, 500 square feet.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
And sorry, the pencil.
2-bedroom bath. The other unit I did a tile surround.
Is this new or?
No, that was in.
This was there?
Yeah, I kept that. So other unit we did a tile surround because the tile was ugly.
Yeah.
That's it. So
Clean.
It's clean. That's all you need. And I feel like it's a color scheme that I hope it attracts. It's gonna last for a while, and I hope it attracts good people. You know, it's like ooh, okay. And honestly, after working down here, I would live here.
Yeah.
I think the thing, like, would you, if I rewound the clock 10 years and I was a young dude, would I live here? Yes, I would. Because it looks cool now. I don't know. This might be the last time I walk in this place. That's it. Bye. I hope so. Hopefully it's the last time.
Dude, that's awesome, man. You're doing it.
Solid.
Now you got 3 freaking animals.
Yeah. So the backyards in these places are big, and this is it's cool. Yeah,
it's cool. I mean, you got like these newer construction.
Dude, that was Path of Progress too, right?
Yeah.
Like this Costco. And there is if you're hungry on the way out, this little restaurant over here, the little snack shack, is really good.
Wow.
And they do
diner.
some delicious. I can't remember what kind of food it is. I think it's either like Indian food or might be something else. But yeah.
Okay, so you have basically until Sunday to get the single family house done, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, you're at the finish line.
With all the overspray on my roof.
Oh, it's nice. Did you replace that roof?
Nope. I need to.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm gonna do probably like next year.
Yeah.
I just don't have time and I don't have money right now.
Yeah.
Were you gonna do it yourself?
What?
Were you gonna replace the roof yourself?
Dude, just roofing shingles alone. Right now, my plan is to replace myself because shingles alone, I had it priced out. It was like $6,000, just for the stuff. And I'm like,
it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. I don't really want to do that. So, but we'll figure out a way to get it done. Definitely needs to be done. So yeah, so we just painted this yesterday morning, actually, and turned out okay. Sorry, it's a little crazy in here because we're doing tile and
That's perfect.
it's sort of nuts, but. 1,100 square feet. The only thing I did sub out was these on this house, and I paid a guy to do those in this place because I just didn't have the school year and I didn't know what I was doing. But
Sometimes that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
It's all about time, you know. Like you said, if you done it quicker, you had a better history.
Did you guys play in Four Corners? That was fun. The kids. Did you get the truck loaded?
Yeah, all that can fit. There's still a lot more.
You're the man.
You missed the spot, Lindsay, right there.
Oh my gosh.
Right there. You see that right there?
There's a lot of spots there.
We're waiting on that Vandy. Vandy is supposed to show up to Home Depot today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you do this little landscaping right
Yeah, I did. We did that yesterday. Carter and Lincoln and I, we stayed late and we got to unlock it, but it's
Yeah, it seems cool harder.
yeah, looks good. Dude, it was just weeds up to here before.
No big deal.
Yeah. So chop it down.
Great backyard.
Yeah. The old chimney was buried under here. So figured it out. Used to be a chimney on this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, the backyard
Looks
is massive.
clean.
Yeah.
It was not like that when I bought it.
No, it's not.
A lot of trash back there. A lot of junk.
Yeah, they left it pretty clean. They took a lot of their stuff out. They did a good job. So,
Good job, man.
yeah.
Looking real good.
We're keeping the tile in that bathroom, and I kept the tile in this bathroom, and
Oh yeah.
this house is in good shape.
Yeah.
It was just new floors and all kinds of stuff. So we have yet to do mirrors. I don't know. I think I do till Sunday. I think I can be out. I actually have Sunday plus.
You got this.
I got Sunday plus. How many days?
Monday is the 4th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop anything you plus. If you don't sign.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. Dude, these mini splits are awesome.
Mini splits are great.
Right.
They do. I just love that you can control each room individually.
So nice. Yeah.
Smart.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. That's it.
So there you have it, folks. We're here with Scott, and he just gave us an amazing rundown on this 3-plex. Has a duplex and a single-family home, all on one property. He's done all the work himself, him and his family. Yeah, family, kids, wife.
Yeah.
I just love this. I think this just shows and inspires people what's possible. It's like you don't have to be a full-time real estate investor to buy property.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you get started. You get your hands dirty, you show up, you take massive action. That's what we've learned from Scott's story is like, hey, like just start. Like go get pre-approved, see if I can get a line of credit, get a real estate license. Just like when you take those steps, I feel like opportunity comes to you.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of like when you're going to Target. So follow me here. So when you're going to Target, like you have to like walk towards the doors before them to open up automatically. Like you can't just sit out in the parking lot and expect the door to open for you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like life. It's like you have to move towards something. Once you move towards something, take that action, the doors start to open for you. So it's just cool to see, man. Like you've done a great job. It looks really clean. Like this is gonna be a great asset. I'm sure it's gonna keep appreciating. And yeah, man, thanks for taking the time and just sharing with us and showing us the.
Dude, it's a pleasure. I love it. I love it. So
Cool.
yeah.